Welcome to this video. We are going to talk about 4 steps to creating best offer for your students. Who doesn't want to create a best offer for the students? And now that you're watching it, you are more likely to create. In this particular video, we are going to talk about 4 steps. How can we dive down into 4 different steps, and that way, towards the end of the video, you are going to be able to think and see the psychology behind and the art and science of how can you actually create the best offer for your students. Because we want to create best offers for conversions, for more show-ups, for most testimonials, for the money we make, for the impact we have to make. And that's a whole concept that is like the money and impact is always goes parallel. Thank you so much for joining in. We are starting right now. Point number 1, understanding the potential products slash understanding the potential problems. So when you want to make an offer to the people, now what is an offer in, and the idea of an offer is that I have to give you something in order that I can transact from you. There is a give and take sort of a thing, not a bargaining, but then it's like I have to pay you something and get something from you. That's like the whole business point. And the better your product is, the better your offer is, the better your services are. Only based on those things, I'm going to give you my hard-earned money, because the whole concept of making that small transaction, be it 500 rupees, be it 1900 rupees, or be it 10,000 rupees, be it 1 lakh rupees, it's my hard-earned money. Money doesn't come that easy. You have to go through a journey, make a lot of money, gain a lot of experience, talk a lot of people, invest, immerse yourself so much in doing, and that's why the whole concept of hard-earned money is difficult. Like the money that comes to your pocket, it's difficult. I have to give that hard-earned money to you. When you make the right offer, or the irresistible offer that Russell Brunson talks about, the right offer, the best offer. Now, how do you do that? Point number 1 is understanding the potential products. Now, what do you mean by potential products slash potential problems? Think about what are the potential problems that your audience have, that your students are going through. For example, if you are into career industry and you want people to get jobs, okay, what can you offer to them? For example, you are into that industry, like, it's just not about getting the job, but okay, what are the skills you need to develop? Okay, leadership, communication, negotiation, money management, finance management. How do you have to dress up? How should you go? How I wore a donut shirt to an interview with so much of confidence that I went like crazy. I used to wear polo t-shirt with a hoodie jacket and sneakers and stuff like that to those places. And to be very honest, I used to pass the receptionist, pass even the HR manager, and go talk to the manager direct, because of the attitude that we carry with ourselves. So these are all the parts and passes. The interview is like 0.2% of whatever you're doing. Everything else becomes like potential products, potential problems that someone is facing. You can add value on that one. Okay, the AB method, in this one I'll kind of explain you what's the AB method is. First, go and Google what is the requirement to get a job, and based on so many algorithms, like it sends you to blogs, it sends you to videos, it sends you to YouTube channels like that, and gather information of what's actually working in the market first. Point number 1. Second one, brainstorm. A stands for algorithm, second stands for brainstorming. When you use your brain and when you use your mind, you're squeezing the juice out of your muscle memory. It's like, okay, what were the experiences that I have gone through to get a job? What were the experiences that was not letting me get a job? Like, what was I missing on? What was I great at? What were the things that other candidate was great at, and stuff like that? I wore a donut t-shirt. They were like all the people waiting for one of the jobs that I went for, and I cruised. I was wearing that story. Such the whole end-to-end story is so serious and so funny. But I'm going to give you a gist of it. What I did, I entered the office. I immediately went inside to the person who was hiring me. There were so many candidates waiting already. They all thought they were all wearing formals, and I was wearing a donut shirt, like a half-sleeve donut shirt, not even a formal. It was very casual. I was going to a different place altogether, going here for an interview. The interview came in between. It's like, okay, I'm going this, like that. I don't have time to dress up because I was trying to shit. What happened? Immediately went, bypassed all the candidates. They were waiting, and I was like, okay, I came here for an interview. I don't know whom to talk to, and that was the person who I wanted to talk to. I not got hired, but then I was very fast in getting through. So point being, what are the potential products? How the attitude has to be carried, how one has to dress up and stuff like this. See, when you think about your experiences, why you succeeded, why you failed, or what were the other people who succeeded, you can just take down those experiences and think, okay, I just have to structure it, study the pattern, create a course and stuff like that. Point number 1, understanding the potential products with a method. First algorithm, second brainstorming. Second point is having pre-recorded courses. Now, when you want to give, this business is all about automation, scaling, and stuff like that. So when you have a pattern, you cannot be doing one-to-ones forever. Like the doctor who's doing a practice outside, now he wants to teach students. Think about it. You cannot be doing one-to-one forever. One-to-one is just for a limited time so that you can gain experience. Time is man's / woman's. Time is humans' one of the most valuable assets. Once gone, it doesn't come back. So once you do a lot of one-to-ones, you create a course out of it so that it's pre-recorded course. If you're watching, if this question 10 folks asks me, I just have to record this one video for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and I just have to do effort once and then send it to 10 different people. 100 minutes of job is already done with just creating a 10 minutes of video. That's how you're creating content. That's how you're creating long-term assets. So having pre-recorded courses by studying two things: the pattern of your students of what they would be wanting next, what they will be wanting next, based on your expertise, your experience, and their affordability and their expectations. Blend and max. Pattern and priority based. You create a course and then you sell it. Scalable model. Point number 3 talks about, so now you have one angle covered, that is courses, the pre-recorded online courses. The second angle is you are building a community. So you're not just selling a course. Your courses, your recorded courses are one part of your whole business model. One small part where you're scaling, and you kind of kept this on automation so that everyone asks that question, you can just push this content on the front. Point number 1. Second, here we are talking about, the third point is having weekly calls with the people who have purchased. When you have weekly calls, an archived version of a call, and a pre-recorded courses, these 3 to 4 things does magic. It does wonders when it comes to getting people results. Now, people like talking to you. People like live interactions. Probably the recorded version might seem a little bit boring or something, but when it comes to live, they get to ask you questions, they get to see other members of the community, they get to communicate with you, they get to communicate with, they get to interact with other members of the community. So you're kind of creating that culture of community when you're doing the live classes or master classes, stuff like that. Again, in this call, one more thing you can add, a subtopic with like 3.1 is having workshops within the community. For example, if you got one pre-recorded course, probably 3 months old, now you can say like, I've got fresh mindset to do this, I'll do a special session for the whole community, a workshop based model. So like, okay, this is not going to be just a course that you've watched, but this is going to be what? I'm going to give you exercises, I'm going to teach you, I'll also give you exercises, and within probably next 3 hours, we'll get the things done together. Workshop model. Point number 4 talks about offering best quality, how can you stand out, is offering one-to-one to people. Now, when I say one-to-one, you cannot be doing one-to-ones forever. The point of one-to-one is, think in this way, your value ladder, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is your level 1, this is your level 2, this is your level 3. Probably if you just go beneath this is your sales webinar and stuff like that, like your advertisements and all those cool things. Okay. Since you're one-to-one, your time is one of the most valuable asset. Okay, one of the most valuable asset. It comes always on the top. It's going to be always going to be on the top. It's always going to be one of the most highly paid thing of your entire business model, because now people want your time. You've got community, you've got courses, you've got weekly calls, you've got so many things, but then you have automated that so that you've got expertise, you've got experience, you're always on the top. You're the leader of the tribe, you're the leader of the community. Now, the trick is, when you are doing it, when you're starting off the community for the first time, you bring this top priority level all the way to your level 1. And here, you're bringing this part here so that what happens is you're bringing your time here to study, to learn the pattern, to understand the structure, like what do they want, what do they ask. Now, since you're doing it for the first time, you offer your one-to-ones for free, probably who has got inside your level 1, or do it for people who got into level 2, probably who do it for the level who got into level 3, probably who attend your webinar and are not interested to get inside your course, but then you can have like small price point for them after webinar as a sales bridge to your level 1. What happens is you're gaining experience. Once you gain experience, and based on that experience and pattern, you create the courses, bonuses, ideas, and you brainstorm. Based on that, you create the first one, potential products, and then you take yourself away from where you were, and all then taking it back all the way to keeping it on the top. Because again, you can get paid for your time. This time is that valuable, and it's going to go away. The time is just going to go away. The time that I'm recording this is not going to come back. Like 6/19/9/3/22 is not going to come back on me. So the more you can automate things, the more you can grow in the industry. So first steps for creating the best offer for you is having a combination of these four things. First one, understanding the potential product by A/B method, algorithm, doing the research, R&D for yourself, and then creating products out of it, and then brainstorming what do you feel based on your experiences, based on the experience that you have seen people go through, can create content around that. Step number two is creating pre-recorded courses, studying the pattern and what do they need, what do they expect out of me, and what do I feel is priority for them to do. Because sometimes what happens is they need something, they want something, but the priority is something else for them. It's like you cannot do advanced level of six-pack abs today because it's just you're not going to lift those legs because they're too heavy. For that you have to go through the process. So they might think they have all the expertise, but they don't, because again you've got the experience of it. Okay, creating the courses, having weekly calls with your community, having masterminds with your community, and doing workshops with the community, that will boost the momentum for them on a week on week basis. Fourth one, offering one-to-ones on initial phase. When you have a combination of all these four things and you do the sales pitch of your webinars, one-to-ones, level 3, level 2, whatever that is, you are going to make an immense impact with the offer that you can. Thank you so much for making this video topic/podcast and me a part of your day. I'm going to see you in another exciting video. The next topic that I'm going to create is understanding the psychology. 3 steps to understanding the offer psychology. If you haven't seen that, do the window shopping, you'll find one. Thank you so much.
فما لك في الأرض درب صحيح إلى الله